Do we have a towel, Nino, or no? You good?
No, we should be good.
Fuck was that shit at the barrio, man?
Prospect. I've gotten it taken care of, though.
No, I mean the one above us.
Oh,
Why are you dressed as a
I
clown, dude?
don't know. So one of two things.
No,
Either we're not truly being sought after, or two, we actually blended in. I tend to lead towards the first because I feel like
VIP,
Ray kind of sticks out like a sore thumb.
Elevator VIP.
Oh yeah, I guess OOC, that makes sense because most of the officers right now haven't seen Ray. So he just dude, my recommendation, chat, like I don't even bother with the meta in chat. Literally my recommendation is like if you want to just ignore the idiots, because I'm not going to subject my mods to have to go and clean out the trash. Just do /local sub and they'll remove a lot of it. Yeah, /local sub. Yeah, you almost can't fight it, so just fuck them. You know who they are.
What the fuck is this, Dean?
Oh. You didn't see this yet? Supposed to meet us at the table. Leslie.
Yeah, I'm just honestly mind blown. What the fuck is this? When did this get here?
This has been here for a month. What the fuck? This is the first time you've seen this?
No. What? Wait, hold on. This? Okay. What's going on here? Why does Miles Randall have a corp as well? I'm supposed to be the only person in the city with a corp. Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we're just, you know.
Why does Miles Randall have a corp?
Who? Miles Landon?
Miles. It says Randall Corp. Down there on the box.
Wait, what do you mean?
Down there on the container, it says Randall Corp. I'm supposed to be the only person in this city with a corp.
You're not the only corp. What do you mean?
Bang! Bang! Only one, Travis. Bang! Arena wall.
Hey, Dean, are you saying anything right now? Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yep.
Shit, how long have I not been speaking?
I thought you were just you're just tuning into what Leslie was saying this entire time. Oh, all right. Well,
This is insane. This is insane.
no, not as insane as Denzel killing Bossum.
I'm sorry, what?
Surprise.
Yay!
How?
Listen,
It's
I
a
figured
long fucking story that hasn't even finished yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, question. Why?
Yeah, we're still trying to figure that one out ourselves.
Why am I up until this point? So, Travis, when you asked me what I knew, I lied because I don't know what was going on, so I don't know who to say to what.
Right.
Only thing I've heard so far, and I've been spending all my time since I came into the city. The only thing I've heard is everything is pointing to Andy Jones. So what the fuck is going on here? You're telling me it's Denzel?
So Andy, so let me give you the brief rundown of events, right? So try to bear with me, and you'll see why Andy is locked up right now. Okay, and this is all fucking hearsay as well. Like, it's fucking that Whispers game, you know, it all gets lost in translation. Essentially, Asim got contempt of court in the Otto's case and went to prison. and he started running his mouth in prison, allegedly, about what Denzel does while he's the mayor in the office.
Sorry. Wind that back a little bit. Start over. Sorry, Dean. I'm listening 100% now.
Who are you, me?
Yeah, I guess.
Look, so did you know Basim went to court for Otto?
Yes.
Otto's, yeah, against Conan Clarkson, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he got contempt of court and got sent to prison with a 500K fine and held until trial.
Yes, that I know.
Okay, in prison, allegedly, he was running his mouth about what Denzel does, you know, his side gigs or whatever. Denzel and Andy found out, and I guess they're on this fucking Bonnie and Clyde bullshit. So Andy goes to the prison to pick up Basim, and Andy tortures him by taking like 3 of his fingernails off.
Andy
And then-
sent herself into prison to do this.
No. I think she picked. Actually, I don't know if she did.
Yeah,
I think
she
picked him
picked
up.
up Basim. Yeah.
Yeah, she picked him up.
After
Because
he,
I spoke to some of the wifers, and they found his fingernails in the interrogation room after Andy spoke to her.
that's not his.
Wait, what?
Who says it then?
That wouldn't make any sense. How would okay, there's no way that would have been his.
No, they said okay. They said
Wait, was he
that,
tortured in prison?
Yeah, that's what they said.
No,
They were
it was at the
tortured in
lighthouse.
prison.
What?
Is it the lighthouse? Okay, well, we don't necessarily
wait.
trust Andy, but we do trust
Now,
Thingy.
and now I'm really fucking confused. We were
Yeah, I s-
told. Okay, so he was sent in for the nines or a hold or some shit like that. Charged what, 250,000, and then Andy went to go visit him. Someone managed to get him out. I forgot who convinced the nines hold to get off. And then Bjorn and Andy drove him to the lighthouse. And that's
then
where
they
the
took off
torturing
3 of
took
his-
place.
Took off 3 of his fingernails.
Okay, then question: how does the wifers? Why are the wifers saying that they found his
I-
fingernails in the?
No answer.
Who?
No
which
answer for
which
you.
one of the lifers said that?
I think he had red hair. I can't remember. I spoke to like 5.
What the fuck?
They said also that the wifers that worship the wall would know more about it, but I couldn't find those wifers.
Okay, well, let's continue the story and then we can circle back to this. So, they tortured Basim at the lighthouse to, I don't know, send a message or some shit. Took off 3 of his fingernails.
These fucking cocksuckers.
And then they had this really, really good idea. Honestly, genius idea. They fucking took him back to Otto's in the fucking
that's what I heard
public
as well.
It's
Yep.
so funny hearing this. Man.
after he's been tortured.
Mm.
Apparently, he told Mila it was Andy.
It wasn't just Mila. So imagine this guy, fucking fingernails bloodied, shaken up, nervous, stepping out of that vehicle, close enough to not just Mila, but a handful of others.
Mm.
And when asked who did it, he said Andy.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well.
Okay, and then there's like a passage of time that passes here where Basim ends up at the end of the pier telling Denzel that he's made peace with what he did.
Chat,
And
we can't,
Denzel, in his very
we can't
right
react to the
mind,
nails.
walked up to him with an AK
We don't know
and
who
shot him
did that
down.
in Lance there.
And then the fucking shit began. There's about 400 people that know this already. Apparently the police already know. They're telling Nino they know it's Denzel. They've got Andy in prison for 3 days.
Mm.
Also, fucking Drea's been shot in the head.
Mm.
As
Drea
well.
has been shot.
By this
Yeah.
guy named like Donnie Doodle, aka Donnie Defoe. Apparently, Drea recollects that he had issues with Denzel. Cut his
Denzel. Yes,
finger
I remember
off.
this. Yes, I remember this.
And I tried to direct the cops in that direction, but they are not biting. And if they're not biting, it means one of 2 things. One is that they got a hot on for us, and I say us because that's what it's fucking looking like right now.
Okay, question though. If
Or-
none of you guys have
or
done it,
they have some really hard evidence pointing at Denzel.
Okay, wait, here's the deal. If any of what is said is true, and I'm not saying that, implying that I think any of you guys are lying, because the information you're telling me is similar to, well, it's the exact same to the information I've gotten. Basim even texted me prior to everything happening, saying this is the end of the line. If all this is true, then I have absolutely no reason to cover for Andy or Denzel. They could both die. I don't care. I could care less. Basim was never my friend, but he worked for me, and he did everything that I ever asked for. What they have done, if it's them, is they have crumbled the foundations that I stand on. And if anybody does
it's
that,
100% them.
I will make sure that the remains of my foundation falls on them, not on anybody else. Denzel can get fucked. Andy can get fucked. Denzel's about to go out of office. I could not care less. These motherfuckers, they fucked up. Basim is running on. Dean, Basim was the only one that knew how much of our money was in autos.
I know.
We lost probably $1.5 to $2 million.
Yeah.
All the bookkeeping, all that shit, it's gone out the window.
Yeah.
I don't have a second-hand man.
Yep.
I'm gonna give Andy Jades. I don't care. I'm gonna give her 8.
Did you say you're gonna give her AIDS? Wait, did you say yes?
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. My opinion is not very far from yours. I think what transpired was a very selfish act with zero thought. And, I think I can summarize. They were both selfish. Well, here's my take. I think Andy has gone off the deep end. I sort of started to think that when she got involved in some illicit business. For her to try to protect Denzel without consulting anybody, take some members of the guild, convince them that it is best for them to help her help Denzel. For her to drag them into the fucking lighthouse, torture them, and then foolishly go to autos as if they are fucking invulnerable. She's got the same Denzel complex. The feeling of like, I can get away with anything. And that thought process so much driving their thoughts that you're willing to go and take a fucking victim and parade him through the streets and then say, come at me. I mean, I've
and
only
not just
seen...
any victim. It's not any random Joe off the street either.
No. A very well-connected man. Someone who's very well-known in the city to his own fucking establishment. Now, money... Well, I understand that money has value. Money has purpose. It is not the thing that is the most important thing to me. I'm going to be frank. For me, I look at every single individual, y'all included. My friends, my family, those who have done a lot for me to be where I am today. And I look at all of them and everybody is in danger right now. Well, you should buy a generator when you get a chance. Imagine this going out during that. Oh, that works too.
Looks pretty cool down there, to be honest.
Continue.
Denzel did say he is willing to turn himself in.
Okay, but to me, it sounds like, so these past weeks, I've had one major concern, and I've voiced this many times. And my concern through these weeks have been Andy. Every single time, ever since Denzel stepped into office, she's been standing over him and directing whatever the fuck it is he's doing. And they get fucking married. Denzel just goes AWOL for 2 weeks, and then he kills my right-hand man. Or she does. I don't care who the fuck it is. I'm on board with you, Travis. Andy, she's getting too big for her boots. She thinks she's untouchable.
Well, let's go. Here's the thing, right? All three of us are down to kill her, right? We're down to kill her.
100%.
But you have to understand, Leslie, if we were to do that now or tomorrow or the next day, we're going to have so much heat coming on us, considering how much the police know about this shit.
You know,
We're
there
not
was
kidding. Like it's almost like
Okay,
a
but
fucking
then how
open
about we give
secret
her
at this
AIDS?
point what they did.
how you plan on giving her AIDS? I mean, we could drop
I
some
can do
AIDS
that. I can
into
get-
the prison and have one of the lifers just stab her or something.
Yeah, I can get
You
AIDS.
do realize that AIDS is like curable now, right? Or is that HIV? Oh, that's
Is it
HIV. Okay, I don't think you can just
HIV.
give her AIDS. I
All
think.
right, listen.
Why,
Whatever.
why are you obsessed with AIDS? I was thinking more like tie her up, put her in the back of a vehicle, race her through a track, whatever that, like oh my God, show it off at the casino, right? And then if she's still alive at the end of it, or actually, you know what, regardless, you chop her up and then spread her pieces all over the city.
Look, here's
You guys
the
want to
thing,
hear a
right?
secret?
Yeah, okay.
I got AIDS.
Huh?
I have AIDS.
Have you tried, did you try putting your Twitter on, subscriber only?
Not that kind of AIDS.
Oh,
Full
okay.
blown HIV. Got
Jesus
it.
fucking Christ.
Listen, here's the deal. The only reason why I haven't, honestly, this is kind of my bone because I haven't actually told any of you guys have it. I have done a lot of biological terrorism through my years.
I couldn't.
That's honestly the
could've
only
not.
type of warfare I ever dabble in because in this city,
Mm.
it's hard to kill people. But instead, I can give them permanent diseases for the rest of their life. That is why I always lean towards biological terrorism over anything else, gentlemen. And with the money we have, importing
about
viruses is
giving-
not expensive. I'm just saying.
I mean, but
Just saying.
AIDS is
Just
too slow.
saying.
I mean, here's my concern, right? And this is why AIDS doesn't work. Is even if the cops got nothing, and that's a very big possibility, right? They do a huge investigation, they get bored, whatever, which they may or may not. We are big targets. This is like Korea. This could make or break their careers, right?
Korea?
Their careers.
Oh, I thought you meant the country.
No, not the country. Careers.
Oh, which one, north or south?
I don't know which one. Chavez?
Well, South. I mean, they got the good food, right?
You're talking about South Korea.
South Korea. Yeah.
Okay, what about South Korea?
Not about Korea. I'm saying that this investigation, it's going to make or break their careers.
Korea.
Careers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my point is that even if, let's say, we got out of this mess, right? That is not going to change the relationship between Andy and Denzel.
Sure. But if we
Okay,
give her a
I'm just
bunch
going to
of
ask the
diseases,
elephant in the room. All right.
Yeah.
The three of us. Is anyone majorly against killing Denzel if we have to?
No. I already said no. I just want to put that out there. It's Chavez waiting.
I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you.
All right.
And I'm just going to put it on the table is that the conversation that Dean was privy to, I did not sense any remorse until maybe 15 minutes into that conversation. And to me, that makes me wonder whether the way that I feel and felt about him is reciprocated, and whether that same is true for any one of the members of the guild or anyone else that is a part of the extended family. Because in the moment he decided to take out Basim, in the moment he decided to put Andy on side by side next to him and next to the rest of us, he sort of made a decision. He said something that really resonated for me. Is he said something, what the fuck was it that he said that really just broke the back when it came to trust? Is that this was his problem. He'll deal with it. It's not a big deal. Everything he was stating said that this is his. It was not about us. And that is a problem. So I don't know. And maybe part of me is trying to find a reason, a justification that maybe I'm wrong here. And if what he was saying he did not mean, it doesn't change the fact that in those moments leading up to that moment of realization, we were not in his headspace. We were not there. We were not considered one bit.
Okay, and then from my perspective, don't get me wrong, I shit on Basim a lot, but he was one
His
of
name
us.
is Basim.
Yeah, Basim, yeah, that's what I said.
His name is Basim, not Basim.
Basim, yeah.
Dean, his name was Basim.
Mr. B,
Sure.
he was one of us, right? To kill Mr. B is the same as to kill Marlo, Harry, and to a lesser extent, myself, Leslie, or Lang. Right? That's what Denzel did. Without thinking about it, without considering the fact that fucking Bassam actually helped put Denzel in that fucking chair to begin with. Some real fucked up shit that he did.
Yeah, I agree entirely. I don't see why we would look at this. Okay, here's my thing. What if it was Harry? What if it was Harry? What if Denzel and Andy decided to kill Harry? How would we react to the situation then?
I would literally kill each and every one of you.
But that's what I'm saying.
Mm.
Why is there a difference? Even though some people might have not liked Basim, he was still part of what we got going on.
Exactly.
It's the same thing if somebody went in after Marlo. Even though I don't like Marlo and I think he's a piece of shit, I will still just not. I wouldn't just let that slide. There's some things you don't do. And on top of that, we would be dishonoring his name by not doing anything. We can't just stand by and pretend like nothing has happened. It's just not possible. And if anybody else is going to do that, I can tell you right now that I won't. And with that said, I will also not pull down anybody with me. This is a choice people make, but I will not stand by and be idle. Anybody who thinks that they can do anything like that will feel the bottom of my boot pressed against them.
The problem here is fundamentally going to come down to Lang. I am a 50-50 coin flip. I genuinely do not, I cannot make up my mind yet. But I really want to hear what Lang has to say here.
The question I ask myself about killing Denzel is, what does it achieve for me personally?
I feel like
all
if
it does
you get
is
rid
bring
of
more heat to us, right?
Well, part of me believes that if we get rid of you're right about that. And maybe that is why the option is to get rid of Andy, because you get rid of Andy, maybe Denzel's problem goes away. On the side of that is that you get
we kill Andy, and you think Denzel's going to be like, oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
You didn't let me finish.
Maybe we make Denzel 10 times worse, you know?
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's either A, it gets rid of the problem, and I'm, or B, it does make him worse. And if that makes him worse,
I disagree.
Well,
I don't think A exists.
I'm putting the choices on the table. I'm not saying it's going to go one way or another.
All right.
I think it's going to be one of two extremes. I don't think there's going to be a middle route, is my point.
But even on the topic of revenge right now, we have a lot of problems that luckily myself and Leslie seem to be clear of, but there's a whole lot of heat. There's a whole lot of questions coming from the police around this. And the web right now is so huge that we can't contain this. At some point, the police are going to know what happened. And it sounds like I said, that they already do based on that phone call that you had.
I think they know what happened, and I think everyone knows what happened. The question becomes, can they prove what happened?
Right.
And even if they can't prove it, even if they don't come out of this, listen, there's a reason why Leslie was subpoenaed. There's a reason there was cops outside your house, and they're coming after me. I mean, you know what I did, Leslie? You know, all I did. When I first heard about Bassam's death, I strongly believed it was the police department. Conan Clarkson just got done running over some fucking, people over at Otto's. or maybe Bass may have been trying to cover the tracks. So that was my first inclination going to Pred. I made the mistake of thinking, hey, maybe I do need to be mayor. And now all of a sudden I'm implicated, even though I had nothing to do with this fucking shit. And they're breathing down my neck. Now my books might be clean, but Jesus fucking Christ, that's a goddamn inconvenience. And if they go after me and they go after others, I know some of my boys may not be as squeaky clean as myself or members of the guild. And the only thing I come back to each and every time, and this is what fucking kills me, is that Andy fucked us here. And if we get rid of her, you're right. Denzel's going to come after us, which means you either let them both continue doing what they're doing or you got to get rid of both.
Yep. On the topic of what Dean said, I've been contemplating internally as well what it does for me to retaliate in any way, shape, or form. Revenge is unmeaningful unless it serves a purpose, right? So the problem here is Denzel and Andy has done something fucked up. And my fear is if we don't put them down, then this is just the surface of what would happen.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking just before you said it. I think we're stuck in a very, very tight spot.
I don't think we have an option. That's my personal opinion. I don't think we have an option.
Of course, you know, I mean, we really need Lang here before we start talking about offing Denzel, you know?
Yep.
It's going to be such a fucking tough choice, and I feel like he's going to be in the same rut. Because at the end of the day, Denzel is family, right? But the thing is, he has literally endangered the entire family. That is how I view it. If even there was like a bit of remorse that came through his mind, the moment this was brought on the table, if he had that realization, I just fucked everybody, I would be thinking very, very differently.
It's not only putting people in danger, it's fucking a lot of shit.
Another option, right, is we take his passport away and we put him on a plane out the country and we don't let him come back.
That is an option.
Okay, but what if he smuggles himself over one day? Does something insane?
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be death.
We can lobotomize him.
No,
that way Wayne can still visit him and hug him, but he can't think, he can't talk, all that shit.
We could always convince him as well to take the charge and accept life in prison, you know. Fuck it.
Or we send him to Colombia and we have him manage the exportation of cocaine. The one thing Andy always wanted.
No, fuck that. I'm not working with Andy. I'm never working with Andy.
Why would we reward him with his dream fucking job?
We're rewarding ourselves with cocaine. We're giving him and Andy what they wanted. A life of paradise in a business that they've always wanted to be a part of. Continuing to help the family, but being far enough away that they can't fuck shit up over here.
Listen, I don't want Andy to die. I want her to live, but I want her to every day wake up and realize that her life is fucked up. It's everything that she cares about is destroyed. That is what I want.
Okay, well, she only seems to care about one thing right now.
That's what? Cocaine? Denzel? What are we saying?
Well, Denzel and cocaine, they get both. Think about it.
Okay,
it's like sending the dog to the fucking to the farm, right? I mean, listen, you send them over there, right? They'd be more than willing to go. At least I think they would.
I know what we do. I figured it out.
Wait, let me just finish here. You send them over there, right? Listen, worst comes to worst. Now, whatever happens over there happens over there. Because I'm with Dean here. There is other options other than killing him. There is vacating him out. And then those problems go away. Now, all of a sudden, we are back in control of our own destiny. Which is the fundamental reason why this is so alarming.
Why don't we just lobotomize Denzel? We don't have to kill him, we just lobotomize him. Done.
How does that help?
Well, he can't ever do anything crazy again. He still lives. Andy cries for the rest of her life. Everybody wins. Andy can't do shit on her own. You know this.
Okay,
You guys
right,
can
so
still go
Andy
to the
manipulated
home,
Bjorn.
hug Denzel. All this.
That still makes Andy a problem. I
think
don't understand
let's,
what the fuck is going on. Can someone explain to me? Because do any of you know when the fuck Andy and Denzel became like such a thing?
I
It happened very
honestly
fast.
no idea.
Yeah. But this, Dean, can't we just buy 2 islands and then send them both to 1 island each, and then they get to live there forever for the rest of their life without each other?
And it's just far enough that they can't swim to each other,
Yeah, exactly.
but close
A
enough that they
giant
can see
fence
each other.
with a giant fence where you can see through the fence, but they can't. There's no way to get off the island. I mean, then that's the best choice, right? They get to live, but they can't have each other, so they're gonna live in pain for the rest of their life.
Yeah, and then you can
And
like
we're in the clear.
yeah. So just to so we're all on the same page, right? Leslie is on the thought process of absolutely destroying Andy's life to the point of her going insane and not realizing her name's Andy anymore. And he
Yes.
doesn't. And
I want her to hate the fact that she's alive.
right. Okay, so just killing her then is not really an option.
I mean, it's the drastic option, but I think if we kill her, then we're also gonna have to kill Denzel.
Right.
You can't torture her. You torture her. What do you think Denzel's gonna do?
No, you don't torture. Not torture her, then, Thomas. You torture her by sending away Denzel, something like that. Something that makes her life useless to live. That is how you destroy a person. You don't kill them.
She lost. I just don't see how that's gonna play out.
I mean, the safest option is to kill them both. That's just how it is.
You're right.
It's,
I think the safer option is actually deporting them both. Let them be happy together somewhere else. Well, listen. Let's
Where's the
lay this on the
retribution for
table. Do you think
Bassam in
Lang
that
is
case,
going to
though?
back taking out Denzel? Like, even I'm on the fence with that because I still have a lot of strong feelings for that man. Now, at
Okay,
the
Thomas.
deep down, I know that he just fucked his entire family and didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, but okay, listen. You keep talking about the entire family. You keep talking about putting people in a dangerous position.
Sure.
But what if they did it to Harry? This would be completely different.
If they did it to Harry,
you
if
have to
Andy,
understand.
so you're saying like
that,
if
that
Penny,
I need Andy to get fucked. I'm not leaving without Andy somehow getting fucked here.
so wait till they're on the island and then go have someone fuck her for you.
Why even send them to the island in the first place? Is what I'm saying.
Why
I
leave
want
the
her to
evidence
live.
here?
I'm not going to be satisfied with that.
Let me ask you something, Leslie. What's gonna? Do you think Lang is gonna be perfectly fine with you going after Denzel? Let me ask you that question first and foremost.
Of course not. I respect Lang. Like I hope he respects myself. But I will also tell him to give him the question: if one of my people killed Harry, and he wanted to kill one of my people because of it, I would understand. You're not seeing it from both sides of the coin.
Oh,
here,
I am very much. See, the problem is Lang isn't here right now. I'd love to hear what his thoughts are because I'll tell you this. You're right. You are 100% right, Leslie, and I am not disagreeing with you for one moment. You know when when one of my guys fucked up months ago, I made him disappear for a month. I was on the verge of fucking putting a bullet in his head, and that's only because he was caught with a fucking hot gun. And it was not because he was jeopardizing my income. I could give a fuck about that. You send me somewhere else, I'll make money. You take every dime away from me, I will rise up again. But the moment you do something that jeopardizes my friends and family, now we have a problem. My point there is that given these circumstances, any other, had this been, remove some of these fucking hurdles, there'd be a bullet in that man's head right now. After that conversation we had with him, Dean.
Mm-hmm.
There was moments where I was reaching for my gun because it was not getting through to him.
Yeah. Well, just to be clear, I'm very much thinking the same as Leslie here, right? If it was Marlo or Harry and Denzel killed them, I would kill him. And just because it's Bassam, I'm thinking maybe not, but that's not fair. Bassam was the same to us as Marlo and Harry. So I'm 100% for killing Denzel if that is the case.
Okay, well, we know where we stand. Chavez, you're saying that you want the Lang's point of view before you know where you're stand. That's what you're saying, yes?
If killing Denzel is going to absolutely destroy Lang, I would not want to hurt Lang like that. If killing Denzel hurt Tony, I would not want to go down that path. Irrespective of whether I know that is the right thing to do. Because at that point, I'd be killing him a completely different way. And that would be something very difficult to live with.
Okay, it's fair enough. Again, if the rest of the people see eye to eye that if Andy's gonna go, Denzel also gonna go, and that is the solution, you will be happy with this, yes?
Here's the thing, though, right? If we kill Denzel, do we need to kill Andy?
No.
That's even better. That would be a better outcome. Me, at least. I would love that.
That's what I was thinking. Now,
Here's the-
ultimately, it's we're in a huge fucking mess, and I honestly don't know what the best move is at this point.
We thought about turning ourselves in, and I do believe that that is the best choice to stay out.
Yep,
Because
I agree.
the more suspects, the better. The more things that they need to uncover, the more people that they need to find, the better. We know our hands are clean.
Hold on, this is Drea. It might be important. What's up, Drea? Remind me. Oh, yep, yeah. Oh. All right, I appreciate it. I'll call you back in a sec, okay? I don't know if it's relevant anymore, but we have the tape of the Danny Doodle incident.
Shit.
Maybe we
Holy
could go
fuck.
look at the tape and give that to Brett.
Sorry, what did you say?
Pred, when I spoke with Pred, he seemed very hyper-focused on Denzel being the guy. Now, he could have been... he could have been fishing. But when I coupled that with the way that Mac was treating the incident with Drea, I don't think they give a fuck. I think that they have enough individuals that have come to them and said Andy was involved that they're not going to look at anything other than what is directly related with Andy.
Okay, so pointless going to look at the tape then.
I think so.
All right, I'll
Unless
just
we
let
plan
Drea
on
know.
going full blown, like go to LSBN and have them like disseminate these tapes all over and start spinning a story.
Can you go check the tape for us? Let us know how good it is, and then give me a call.
What is the tape? I missed the context here.
Yeah, like just if we can spin it to make him seem like a psychopath and incriminate him to shit, but if it's just junk tape, then don't worry about it. I appreciate it. She's gonna go look. So the person that shot Drea in the head, Leslie, we were seeing if we could maybe get the police to look at him as like a double deputy mayor assassination attempt thingy. And
Fair
this
enough. I
tape
mean, we're
could,
not going
help.
to be handling all shit through the police anyway. So if we can find a fall guy, it's just better for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also it's like delay tactics.
And this is part of it too, is like we are actually going down a path of implicating ourselves with some shit that we shouldn't even have to deal with. You know, I think just keeps crossing my mind. Like, this is some heavy shit. Like, fuck me. I hate everything about this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any drinks back here?
Got a burger and a milkshake.
Oh, there's a full bar. I'm gonna go grab a drink.
Alright.
Oh, I could use a burger though.
Jesse, do you like golf, by the way?
Yeah, I love golfing.
Oh my god, have I got something to show you off?
Oh, really?
It's so cool if you could like get a drink over here. There we go.
I mean, I know that Bassam said that the Diamond Hand was the worst book of all books.
Someone that doesn't. Maybe we should just hire like a couple people to do it.
Listen, if you have
but
any
it's
problems
also the
with,
trust aspect.
if you're worried about getting whatever, listen, if you need someone to fill the fucking gap for Bossum, I can get that sorted. That should be the least of your worries.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just trying to figure out how to run the business, you know? I don't know, like, fuck, maybe we just need to start an accountant's business and their main client is us.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, PDM is sorted. I'll do my own books for a bit, for a couple of weeks, until I find a replacement. And I have a couple of loyal guys to PDM that have been loyal to me for months. I'll find a replacement, but I think avoid burning out our accountants. Getting an accounting firm of trusted people would be a good idea. But it needs to be people that haven't fucked up in months. People that we have known for months as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to find those people, right?
It is hard to find. We'll see. I mean, I'm good for now, but it's going to become problematic. The other thing is, too, Cerberus is also going to become a problem because, you know, Bastion was handling those companies.
That's some overlooked all that shit.
Yep.
Trey and Olga,
Fuck
true.
me, dude. It's a logistical nightmare.
Yeah, we're probably not going to be able to do Cerberus for a bit until we find somebody like Bastion.
I don't even know how much you're going to be able to. Are your books clean? Are you worried about anything that the cops might find?
Oh, no, yeah. No, my books are super clean.
Good,
It's just very intricate. That's the thing, Travis. Like, your help would be, great, but with how much time you spend in the city, it would be impossible for you to allocate all your resources to our books.
I don't think you understand how expansive my organization has become.
Yeah, maybe so. But when I hire somebody to do my books, it's that person and that person only. I don't trust organization to do it all.
Oh, no, that I would not recommend such a thing at all.
Yeah.
I've been, that's exactly how I've been setting things up. You need somebody that is dedicated to the job. There's too many people with too many hands and too many pies. The only people who should ever be doing that is someone, holding on to a bunch of strings.
We also don't want to fall into this fucking position again where our fucking one accountant is dead. Also, Leslie, we found out some very interesting things about Bassam. I don't know if you want to know these things, to be honest.
Yeah, sure. Hit it. He's dead. Who cares?
Well, I mean, he made Mila his hostage, forced her into, quote unquote, falling in love with him.
Well,
like
I mean,
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, I know about that.
Okay,
kind of.
More importantly than that, he apparently, and I don't know how valid this is. Plus, I think we were already knew. We just didn't care that much. He was actually embezzling money out of all of our companies.
Incorrect for my companies. I always double check all the work he did. He never invested anything out of my companies.
Okay, and then more alarmingly, apparently he was the bank for Salim's group, the crackheads.
Yes,
NBC.
NBC. Yes, I know this.
You knew he
You
was
knew
the
that.
bank?
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay.
There's very few things I didn't know about Bassett, but yes, I was aware of this.
Wow.
You think you were the only one? Because none of us knew when we found out yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, no, he funded the warehouse when they went in for the nines, I believe. They were talking. They had asked him to buy the warehouse under his name. But I assume I made the assumption then that he just helped him out with money. Because he would, listen, I paid Bastion probably $200,000-$300,000 a week. And he would always be broke. You don't have to be a genius to figure out where that money's going.
I mean, it makes sense when you consider the fact that when he was billed as much as he was, he fell right into the negative. I was surprised.
Yep.
He signed the will over to Mila, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he didn't have much assets. He only had a car and a zero bank account. The last thing he did before he died was buy her Jeep SRT8 from our shop. That's like $500,000.
Now, here's where it gets bad as well. I heard from a source, very strong source, that individuals at Autos affiliated with Bossum, aka likely NBC, were strongly encouraging everybody to speak with the police. I also spoke with Salim early in the day before I found out what had happened, and he was very headstrong on making sure that he gets his revenge.
Of course, yes, that's how Salim works. He's not going to stop until something happens.
And so, consider that whether through guns, violence, you may have them knocking on your doorstep. And if they're willing to push people to go to the cops, he's willing, or they are willing, to do anything.
Yeah, the NBC, I don't think they would touch me.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So your worry with the cops is that the rest of the cobweb gets implicated, right? If Denzel and Andy went there for the nines or whatever, then that wouldn't matter that much, right? If they're the only ones getting hit at the end of the day.
Say that one more time.
If Denzel and Andy got sent in for the nines and the cops called it a day, you would be fine with it, right? You're worried about the implications of other people being pulled into this, yes?
If they got sent in for the nines, I would question what's going to happen next.
Okay. But, okay, under the assumption, the hypothetical here is that they get sent in for the nines, nothing else happens. You would be fine with that outcome, yes?
I'd be okay with that outcome, but I would also think it's a ticking time bomb.
Okay.
But I think those concerns are not ones that are going to be relevant to you too.
No, of course not. I'm trying to understand your concerns. That's it. But yes, I understand. Yeah, I'm not worried about the cops in this at all, personally. The other thing I am worried about though is I don't want Mila to become the fall person. I thought about this.
Why are you not worried about the cops?
Because I have absolutely nothing in the dock. There's nothing illegal that I have anywhere. The most illegal thing I've ever done on paper was today.
Dean?
What's the question? Sorry.
Are you worried about any investigations?
No, not really.
Okay then, because I fall in the same boat.
I'm as clean as a motherfucker.
I am more concerned about y'all's ties with putting behind the Denzel campaign.
That I am too.
And the Rico case. Because if you believe Basim was embezzling money while a part of Cerberus, and Cerberus backed Denzel, and if this looks like that execution was part of a bigger play by Cerberus, and they find any embezzlement taking place, every account will be shut down for investigative purposes.
Where is this embezzling claim coming from? Who's making these claims?
Dean?
I actually can't remember who told me.
Denzel said he's been embezzling money.
Okay, but Denzel also killed Basim based on something that Andy told him.
That doesn't mean that we just disregard everything that he said. You think he just
made that up? Of course not. The recent, yes.
I don't think it was Denzel that told me, though, to be honest.
I do think he made that up. Well, whoever did probably made it up, because I can tell you for a fact that that is not correct when it comes to me. He has not invested a single dollar out of my company. He did rob me once. He took the owner pay when I was gone for a week, when he was owner. That's the only thing he's done. On top of that, no investment. I can guarantee it because I look through the books every single week.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't look through my books at all, so he could
I know you
been
don't.
easily embezzling.
I think it's just false. I think. Like, think what you want regarding Basim, but he was not disloyal. I can almost put my life on the line on this.
Either way, if he was embezzling, usually it's the fucking embezzler that gets in trouble, right?
Hey,
Yeah, well, even hypothetically speaking, if he was embezzling,
Denzel mentioned
wouldn't have
that-
to worry either.
Did Denzel mention yesterday that Basim was embezzling money?
yes. Well, I might have mentioned that. Me and Andy
You
were the ones that
mentioned it.
heard that.
He told you?
Yeah, when he was in the car with Andy and I, he said he was embezzling from all the companies he worked for.
He was embezzling money from all the companies he worked for. Did he make... Why did he say that? And
He was freaking out after the incident and was kind of rambling about a lot of different stuff. And Andy was kind of questioning about stuff, and he let that slip. And he tried to, after that, he started to say like no, 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 and he was talking about some other stuff too with his businesses. But that was the biggest thing I took away from it.
what other things did he say about his businesses?
He was just talking about some of the companies he worked for. He didn't go into. I can't really remember the whole convo.
So he
to
didn't
be
mention
honest.
like which companies, just he's been embezzling money from companies.
He just said he either said all of his companies or his companies is how he worded it.
Did he mention taking any money from the government?
He did not mention that specifically. No.
All right.
I'm hanging out in Mirror Park. I've got a meeting with Jacob later. He's gonna teach me some stuff.
All right. You guys stay safe, all right?
Yeah, how's everything there? You guys all good?
We're good for now.
All right, I'll let everyone know what you told me. Although I don't know if you've heard about Ray and Jaeger, what they're up to right now.
What are they doing?
I guess Jaeger got robbed of one of his toys and some other stuff at the casino when he was gambling, and was told they're on a motorcycle run around trying to hunt the guy down that did it.
I think that's fine.
I think they're not involved, so it shouldn't matter. I just thought you might want to know.
Let the boys be boys, you know? But keep business as usual. I think if Ray wasn't going around killing people, I think people would find that strange.
Yeah, probably right.
All right.
I'll catch you later.
Stay safe. According to Bjorn, he mentioned it to both him and Andy. Now, what I'm thinking is maybe when Denzel told us this down at the docks, that maybe he was just repeating what Andy had told him. Now,
Okay, so
you're
yeah,
saying that he didn't do that. Feasible. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he thought, maybe it's only a handful of companies. I mean, at the same time, it could also be, he could have just said that out of distress, maybe as a distraction. If you're not worried, you're not worried, you know?
Yeah. To give a bit of context, Basim is the type of guy that he gets a thought in his... Well, he was the type of guy that he gets a thought in his head. Like, oh, this is funny if I say this. And then he says it, and then he
He's
doesn't
in the back
realize
of the
that they are...
car, either about to be or having already been tortured.
Cool.
Awesome.
No, I mean, he says a lot of idiotic shit. It doesn't matter in what situation he is. It's trust me. It's the same shit when he was parading around saying he owns autos because he says shit and doesn't think about the repercussions. I don't think that he has been investing. I can say for a fact that he hasn't when it comes to me.
Mm.
But I don't have the bank accounts to Dean's shit. I don't know.
If we are then confident, then maybe that is the best course of action. Then send them in.
Maybe that's just something that came up to kind of disparage his name or whatever.
Yeah.
Like he's
I
cool.
honestly can't remember who
embezzles
told me,
money.
but I know I was told before that meeting when Denzel woke up. So it was at least information that was known before Denzel told us. But I cannot, for the life of me, remember who told me.
I mean, I'm sure we can find out, but I can't say for sure that this is not the case. But I can say that it's likely that it's not the case. Then it would be. You know.
Right. And at the end of the day, like, is it that important in the grand scheme?
I don't think it's a big deal, honestly.
Right.
I think at this point, when it comes to next steps, like, I guess it has to be it's just a conversation we have to rub lang into at this point, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, but we can't advance from here. We all know what we think.
Yeah.
I think in regard, whatever decision y'all come up with, I'm okay with. If we end up killing them, fine. If they end up turning themselves in, fine. If they end up staying alive, well, someone's got to keep an eye on their asses.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of the concerns I have with those two is something that's more pertinent to, has less to do with Cerberus business.
Right. Right.
You said you're flying out of here for how long, Nino?
I'm flying out tonight. I can be in the city a little bit here and there throughout the week, but I'll be back on Thursday.
All right.
You're actually flying out? I thought it was just something you said.
No. I'm flying out.
Hmm.
I'm getting I'm buying a new house, so gotta move in.
Oh, very
Yeah.
nice.
Hmm.
Make sure it's Andy free.
I'm gonna be sure of that.
I gotta make a phone call.
All right, gentlemen, I'll see you soon.
All right.
Stay
Thanks
safe,
to you
yeah?
again. We'll see you Thursday, all right?
I gotta call Mila. She give me a call. What a clusterfuck. Goddamn.